All right, so we have the Cassandra database system installed. We still need to create the key space, and we have the template done. So now we need to create the application. All right, so what we're going to do here is first create the key space that we want to work with. All right, so we're only going to have two different tables or columns, and that's going to be doctors and categories. All right, so let's first create it. So we want create. Actually, I can probably just. Oh, never mind. So we want to say create key space, and we're going to call it FindaDoc, and we need to say with replication, and we're going to set it equal to an object, and we need class simple strategy. Okay, this is the same thing we did back in the couple sections ago. So class, and then we need with replication. I'm sorry, replication factor. And we'll just set that to 3. All right. So let's create our table, doctors. All right, and in here we're going to have a doc ID, and that's going to be a UUID. All right, full name, category. Actually, we need to do full name text, category, text. All right, practice name is text. And let's see, street address, text. City text, state, zip. Whoop, that shouldn't have a comma. So zip text. So we want new patients. All right, and new patients is going to be a Boolean, so it's going to be true or false. Graduation year, that can be an int, an integer. All right, so that's everything. Now we need to define the primary keys. Okay, so primary key doc ID, full name, category, city, and state. All right. No key space has been specified. Oh, all right. So we need to say create table FindaDoc doctors, I guess. Yeah, because we didn't use it. So I think this will work. FindaDoc doctors. All right. So now let's say describe. Let's say describe key spaces. Okay, FindaDoc. Let's say describe key space FindaDoc. All right, so that looks good. Now let's just insert a couple doctors. Actually, before we do that, let's create the categories table, which is going to be really easy. I want to say create table, categories, and let's see. They're going to take a cat ID, which is going to be a UUID, and then a name. So name text. And I did it again. Alright, so I think what we need to do here is say we want to use FindaDoc. Yeah, so now we should be able to run that. No primary key. Alright, so let's specify both of these as a primary key. Okay, so cat ID and name. Now we'll insert, let's actually insert a category first. So we'll say insert into categories, cat ID, name, and then we'll say values. For the cat ID, we're just going to specify the now function, and then the name we'll say general. Okay, and we'll insert another one here. We'll do neurologist. Okay, let's do another one. We'll do dentist. All right, now we'll do a doctor. So insert into doctors. Okay, so we're gonna have a doc ID. We're gonna have a full name. What else? Category. Practice name. Whoops. Street address. City, state, zip. Accepting. What was it? Accepting no, just new patients, I think. New patients. Graduation year. And I think that was it. Was that it? Yeah. Yeah, so now we want values. And we'll say now. And then I'm just going to add some names here. We'll say Thomas Smith, MD. And let's see what's next. Category, we'll say general. And then we have practice name. So let's just say family medical. Just a made up practice name. And let's see what comes after practice name. We have the street address. So we'll say 50 Main Street. And then what? The city. I'll say Saugus. State is going to be Mass. Zip is going to be, now zip is a text or a string, so 01906. And then we have new patients, which we'll say true. Actually, we'll say true without quotes. And then graduation year, we'll say 1997. We don't need quotes for that since it's an int. And that should be it. Alright, so now if we say select all from doctors. And there we go. Alright, I'm just going to go up and then just change a couple values here. We'll change the zip code up. And change the street name. We'll say 10 Congress Street. this will say, I don't know, mass medical. General, we'll keep the same category. We'll change his name. We'll change him to James. I don't know, James Walsh. And that should be good. Alright, so now we should have 2. Alright, and we should be able to see our categories as well. Alright, cool. So that's all set. The database is all set. Now what we need to do is install, we need to set up our application. So let's go to Projects, and I'm going to create a new folder and call this FindaDoc. Alright, and I'm going to git bash into that directory. Alright, so what do we need to do here? We need to, let's generate an Express application. So we can do that with just Express. Alright, you can see it's generated these for us. Let's open up the package.json. And we have all of the information here. Let's change the version. We have Express, Jade, all the Express dependencies, but we need to add a few things here. Alright, so we're going to add, first of all, we need the Cassandra driver. Alright, we also want, what else do we want? Express sessions. I think it's sessions or session. Yeah, session. No, session. Singular. I'm pretty sure about that. We'll find out. Alright, and then we want Express messages. And let's do connect flash. These are just for messages, error messages. And that should be good. So let's go ahead and save that and then go back. And we need to run npm install. And that should install all those modules for us. Alright, so let's go and see if we can run it. So we'll say npm start. And we should be able to go to localhost 3000, and there we go. So we have a default Express installation up and running. So let's get the layout going. Alright, so if we go to our app file, app.js, obviously we've seen this before. We have our index route and our users route. So the index route, we need to create a view and we need to edit the layout. So let's go ahead and go to views and go to first of all layout.jade. Okay, not much here. I'm gonna go ahead and paste this in. Alright, so we have just the basic head. This is everything that we did in the last section when we created the HTML. It's just in Jade now. So again, you can get this in the program files or you can type it out. It's not too long. We basically just have our menu here. Okay, we have go into the home page. This browse doctors is going to go to /doctors, which isn't a route yet, but it will be. Same with doctors add and categories add. Alright, and I put this messages placeholder in here because this is where all the messages will go. And let's see, on the right, what I did here was created an include link to a file called categories.jade in the includes folder. Alright, so we haven't, actually let's create that now. So we'll save this.